Today we have a video from David Sachs on the All In podcast talking about the AI hype and the momentum shift that is being felt within the AI industry.
Let me tell you why I think that this correction is actually healthy, is that after ChatGPT launched at the end of 2022 and then throughout 2023, the dominant narrative in AI is that AGI was just 2 to 3 years away. And everyone kind of had their own definition of AGI but it was kind of this idea of smarter than human superintelligence and kind of magic AI would be able to do everything. And as a result of that, you kind of had both utopian and dystopian narratives really proliferated.
True.
And so, you started getting this like job loss narrative that within a few years, 50% of knowledge workers would be out of jobs. You got this rapid takeoff narrative that basically the leading AI models would be able to turn their intelligence towards improving themselves, towards recursive self-improvement. And therefore, within a couple of years, the leading models would basically achieve superintelligence and leave everyone else in the dust and then capture all the value of humanity. And then based on that narrative, which again, it was the same underlying narrative that fueled both utopian and dystopian or doomer takes on AI, you got, I think, a huge backlash, which has already been forming, where you have 1,000 bills running through state legislatures right now. And you have all this AI safety legislation. You got bills like in California, the SB 1047, which would have applied a tremendous amount of new regulation to AI. So you saw this policy backlash happen as well. And it was all based on these fantastical and kind of magic views of what AI was going to do in just the next 2 to 3 years. And I think that the reason why this recent skepticism is healthy is because I think it's rebutting all of that. And it's showing that, AI is a powerful tool. I mean, I definitely think it's a new and important form of computing, and it is going to unlock tremendous value in the economy, but it's going to take us a while to get there. I mean, you can't just tell the AI, be a sales rep, be a customer service rep, and kind of throw it over the wall and expect that it's going to replace a human. It takes a lot of prompting and iteration and validation to make the AI work, to make it generate business value. And if we were on a path towards rapid takeoff, then what you would see is that the leading AI models would be increasing the distance between, like the top 1 or 2 models would be increasing the distance between the rest of the models. And instead, what we're seeing is a clustering of model performance around the same performance benchmarks.
It's incremental, right? They're incrementally
The progress
getting
seems to
better.
be a little bit more incremental. It's more evolutionary rather than revolutionary. And I think this really crystallized around the launch of ChatGPT 5, where a lot of people were expecting GPT-5 to be this huge breakthrough. Sam Altman was sort of teasing this concept by posting photos of the Death Star. The idea that this model was going to blow everybody else away. And the reviews ended up being very mixed. And then we saw that on the performance evaluations. It's not that the model didn't represent progress. It just fell short of these lofty expectations that have been created.
So a very interesting take here by David Sachs. What I will say in regards to regulation and the GPT-5 model overhype was, doesn't that, a lot of that come down to the model makers overhyping their products, especially when in regards to Sam Altman and his tweets leading up to GPT-5? I mean, a lot of that was overhype. Now, it is a nice, significant improvement over GPT-4, GPT 4.5, but to say that, oh, this is it, we're here, and then it launches, and then clearly we're not, that's on them. That's their own responsibility, and that's what led to regulation and changes that clearly they're now not liking. They're not liking the consequences of their own actions of overhyping. To me, I always would rather companies release the tool and let the tool or product speak for itself and not have to overhype before something comes out. Now, in regards to models not creating massive shifts in the market and the economy, I don't fully agree with that. We see daily updates of new models with new capabilities coming out. These are things that are happening today, not tomorrow, or not a year from now, or not several years from now. It's happening now, daily. We see amazing things that are coming out daily, and to disregard these changes and new tools and capabilities that are coming out seems a little misguided to me. It is true that for right now, we have the need for human guidance and prompting. But that's how it should be, and that's how we kind of want it. Even if when there is true AGI, as a lot of the companies have been hyping up, we would still want to have humans overviewing that progress that's going on with this technology, and we would want a lot of human input to make sure that things are going the way that they should be going, and that someone's actually responsible for this growth, and not just some algorithm that no one can understand or fathom. Anyways, fantastic insights here from David Sachs. It's always interesting to hear his opinion. If you don't already watch the All In podcast, it was a podcast that I used to listen to frequently, and now I just tune in every once in a while, but I do recommend listening. They have a lot of interesting insights for the industry, and especially if you're not in that world daily, definitely interesting to hear some inside information.